Hello and welcome back to round one coverage from the 2023 LWS Open at Idlewild. You're watching back nine coverage of our opening round with big sexy commentary, Nate Sexton and Jeremy Koling. And we should say, Yuli will be back soon. He's just feeling a little sick, feeling a little hoarse. Needs to let that voice.
We just unfortunately missed you just by a day because of a little bit of flight problems for our practice round. Now we're missing Yuli with a little bit of the sickness that he was kind of dealing with last week. The team will be back together shortly, but we've got another 9 holes here in the round one opening. Isaac Robinson came out the gates hot. Birdied the first 7 and ran into a brick wall on hole 8, unfortunately. The easiest hole in the course, and he took a double bogey. Still with a 5 under, a decent front 9 for sure. Hot round on the front 9 so far at 7. Pretty good because you want to set yourself up for dealing with the back 9 because the back 9 gets pretty rowdy.
Yeah, starting right here on 10, par 3, 368, playing like 420 maybe?
Yeah, at least, yeah.
Uphill significantly, tiny gap. Power backhand, certainly the best chance you're going to have at reaching this thing. But just look how small that gap is. You can see the basket up there just kind of laughing at you from down here on the bottom.
And a low ceiling as well. I love Chris's play.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That is so good.
That's crushed.
And I know that it's not parked, but being within 45 feet on hole 10, that is 2 thumbs way up.
Yeah, who parks this? Rick?
Yeah, maybe. Oh, missing that tree, and he would have been really close.
Somebody parks it, but I don't know. I don't associate myself with those types of people.
Sometime in the first 3 rounds, we are going to see someone park this hole.
Cole, maybe?
It just happens.
That's not a terrible kick.
Oh,
I think
yeah,
he
it's
should
fine.
be manageable from there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, really the kiss of death here is early tree kick left or right. Very Isaac Robinson-like hole. And yeah, that's pretty stinking good.
Yeah, sure is. Shallow circle 2, perhaps. Uphill. Gosh, jump putt world record attempt.
That's a full-on jump throw. And that's going to net a little bit of
He'll get the
savage.
record. He's not going to get the record today, but that's progress. He'll get that jump putt record soon.
Man, I don't know. Emerson Keith had a full-on 200-foot jump putt on hole 16 today on my card. He was out of bounds early left, and he almost made it from back there.
Wow.
Isaac Robinson.
He's back. Took a little break, but he's back. What a birdie. Holes just got too easy for him, I think.
Yeah, if you'd have told me in the next 3 holes after the 7-7 start that Isaac was going to double bogey a hole, par, and birdie, this would not have been the birdie. Cole will take the bogey. Tough bogey to take when you find yourself somewhat in the middle of the fairway after your tee shot, but just a little bit off to the right side. He had kind of an awkward-looking jump putt. And another missed stroke here for Chris. Missed a putt from C1. Back on hole 2, was it? Or 4? It was 4.
Yeah, it was 4.
Isaac back to 6 under. What?
Solo leader?
What's going on?
That looks good.
What's going on?
That looks good. Hole 11. Par 3, 242 over the little valley to the elevated green. Throw it straight as you can. Just try to slide it up there. You probably don't really want to hit metal. You probably really don't want to hit the front of that wall. You just like to settle nice and calm and have yourself an easy putt because it's really easy to come rolling or sliding backwards off of any of those things and find yourself outside the circle.
Uh-oh. What?
A little bit of a yank from Isaac. So straight. Does it have enough height? No.
Just don't hit the wall and roll.
It doesn't.
You don't mind hitting the
like
walls. A lot of times it just kind of glances off to the right side. And I think I see Ricky's drive just below the pin. That's
perfect.
That's perfect. Just sliding it off to the right, not bringing that wall into play at all is really how you draw it up if you're throwing a lefty backhand or a righty forehand.
Last one, really, that he could have hit. But he's going to be way down there.
And Isaac not playing with trying to get up top. I like that play, just going underneath the pin. Smart. Cole giving it a go.
Good try.
Cole was referring to the nickname that you gave him a long time ago. Do you remember that nickname?
Not immediately.
CR600. He said he gave me that nickname well before I could throw 600 feet, and then you told him, well, you will be throwing it pretty soon, buddy. And he finally hit it at Utah for the distance contest.
Nice.
I actually got to see those throws. I didn't know Cole had it in him at that time, a couple of years ago, before he really made a name for himself.
Yeah. Now he does it on the daily.
A lot of power. Got to see that power and control last week on full display at Ledgestone. It was truly a special performance, winning by 5. Something
Incredible.
you rarely see here on any tournaments these days.
And just especially for a first-time winner, too. I mean, it's enough. It's impressive enough to be a first-time winner, but then to just do it, closing 1095 like you don't care about anyone or anything. Like, come on.
It's
like,
pretty cool.
That's crazy.
12, new par 4, 564 feet. We used to try to go right. Now we're just kind of going a little bit straighter and through all these woods and over the mulch down to a new protected basket over here in the woods. The old tee pad or the old basket was a little bit too close to 13's tee box, so they moved it off to the side. Just want to start breaking right about now for Ricky. I think he's going to like that.
Yeah, he'll have a tight gap, but everybody does on this hole. He's going to have to work a technical little shot down there. Hurry. Ooh.
Yeah.
Does that?
Yes.
Wow.
So that gives me a pretty good indication of how Tristan Tanner on my card got so close that he was jump putting.
Wow.
And I didn't think that was really possible, but there are some gaps to these woods as Isaac's drive. That's about as good as you'll ever see a backhand throw. That is incredible.
Yeah, if you can beat that first wall, get yourself a little luck. There's definitely opportunity to get way down there. This looks like it's hyzering nice and early. Too early, barely too early. I like early. I think that makes a lot of sense. Stay out of those trees, but he's still got an opportunity here.
If you hyzer early enough that go through the super duper inside, as Cole plays Plinko through that initial wall, you can actually find yourself in a huge gap, but it requires a big drive with a big skip. And here you can see Ricky's tight gap that he's got to force an overstable disc with a little bit of anhyzer, fading back at the end. That's a great shot.
Yeah, one of the bigger gaps you're going to find, I think. That was perfectly played. Little long, but hopefully not too tight in there for him to get in there and get a normal putting swing.
And Chris, after that big drive, has a little flick through the woods. Looks like it made it up there in C1 edge territory, maybe just outside. And little backhand standstill shot for Isaac. Wow, it made that look too easy.
I think he was even farther than that in the skins match the other day that I played with him. He's just working his way through those trees.
Cole trying to ring it up from forever.
Yeah, you see him like shrugging, like, how is that missing?
Well, if you watch our practice round, he just drains 2 in a row from a little bit closer than that.
That's awesome. I'm going to have to start watching your guys' content.
It's a good channel. Chris had it all lined up through the Y tree. If you like players going through Y gaps, stick around. We got one coming up in the next hole. Ricky does make the putt from edge of circle, and that gets him to 4 under. Cole for par. Count it.
Nice birdie. And a par for Chris.
Tough birdie to get. A lot of tough gaps to hit to get all the way down there.
Just as high as you could have it. Well done. Solo leader? I mean, how low are you really trying to go? 10 under. My
Billy
goodness.
Rossini and I go back to 2007, I believe. Billy was one of the guys that was actually sponsored in Charlotte by Innova. He said, hey, here's my product, and I was already in. All the scoring that we do in our sport now is all digital. Having some sort of backup power source is gonna be really important. We feel that it's good quality product. And having the stash pack that holds the cable that connects to any device, it just works. It's not just my business partner, it's my friend. And so that's why this thing really works for me. It's a good product to have with you. Fun hole.
Yeah,
Tough hole.
Scary. I mean, another one where the gap is above the treacherous OB. That's the trickiest part about it. You got to get through that Y with some pace, with some good aim, and then try to work the disc left. The more left you can get off the tee, the better. Obviously, there is OB way, way left, so not that far. But get yourself down there, out of sight left. Set yourself up for a chance to get to that basket.
Ricky tight on left side. That's going to probably kick OB. If not OB, it's going to be really far left and not in a very fun place to be.
But still, great. If he's safe,
yay.
Awesome. I mean, you could still maybe save a par.
I just don't think Isaac cares to miss lines that much.
He doesn't seem to like doing it, though we have seen it today more than we're used to.
Yeah, a few times. A little sit down quick. Okay, safe.
That's
Short
a
of the
great result, considering. I mean, if
it's in the middle.
If you hit a tree early here and you're safe, thank your lucky stars, I think.
I guess just another example of how this course is fascinating as Cole throws a gem. Getting
like
left is so good. 4.02 average. Not that high to par. I mean, we see a lot of holes come out near par.
Yeah.
But this is just one of these courses where you have a bunch of these holes where it's like the emphasis on the tee shot is so high. It's so important to get off the tee well. Otherwise, you're just going to be doing what Chris and Ricky are doing here. Look how lucky Ricky is to be in bounds right there.
Yeah, how do you do that? And now look at him go.
He's going to have a birdie putt.
Unreal shot.
That's going to be a deep C2 look for Rick.
That snuck through some gaps.
I would have never thought with that tee shot that he could possibly have a putt for birdie. This is in danger of going OB. Oh, okay.
Nice. Hangs on.
Yep. Got the stability at the perfect time. Cole's going to have a tap and birdie. And there's a missed line. Like you said, it does happen. And Chris has got a long putt for his par. See if Isaac can make his first long C2 putt. It's going to come up short.
Ooh, pretty obstructed for Rick.
He's got to be careful, too. If he gets too aggressive there and doesn't hit metal, that OB is sitting there waiting for him. Fortunately, he misses it low, hits the base. And Chris trying to save par.
Does slow down for him, thankfully. Can't be much more room back there.
That'll drop Chris back to 5 under. Ricky will stay at 4, and Cole's got the shortest putt left for the birdie. And that'll get him to 3. Been a slow round for the reigning Pro Tour champion winner. A lot of holes with the spread somewhere near a quarter of the players under par, about half the players at par, and the other quarter above and a couple above. So it's just a lot of holes like that. So the par ends up coming out, or the average score comes out near par, but it's a lot of ways to screw it up and not so many ways to do it well.
Makes a lot of sense. Tight woods gaps, but ultimately it's a par 4 under 600 feet. So if you throw the great tee shot, it's kind of done. But there's a lot of tee shots that aren't great that get thrown there, and so you can get in trouble. You have to scramble. This is another hole just the same, a little bit less threat of out of bounds, but super small gap to hit to start. Then you want to just get it out here flat and then work it down to the right Does that sneak it?
No,
big kick.
Just a little bit too much right to left drift. This is such a... we've seen Conrad hit this gap. We've seen Isaac hit this gap in the past where it just looks like they're making it a backhand hole. But this is one of the more important forehand tee shots on the course.
Man, and now you see that this gap is not messing around. These are great players. No one has made it through yet.
Chris is going to be making the gap, but he's probably going to be hitting a tree right about now. It's just a little bit too tight.
Not flat enough.
Just
still far better than everybody else in the group.
Everyone at this point is just hoping that they're going to find a way to scramble up there, get near the bottom of the hill. Yep. That's fine. Good shot for Rick.
Because then you do have that OB creek to cross to get to the green. Where Rick is there, it should be pretty simple. But if you're one layer of trees farther back, it starts to become very risky to try to attack the green. Where Isaac is now, I think it's going to be very risky.
Yep. And Cole is just going to jump putt to position and hit a tree, and that right there, that's how you can get a bogey quick on hole 14.
Chris gets aggressive here.
Oh, yeah. Very aggressive. This is too aggressive.
Yep.
In fact.
But I think he caught a piece of the green, so might be a circle's edge putt for the par. After sliding OB. I mean, caught a piece of, as in flew over.
Flew over, right. Cole, look at that. Getting over, but too much angle rolling back. You will have a putt from C2 for bogey.
You can see it here. Isaac has a lot of trees to miss. Beautiful turnover.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Wow. Gave it a run.
He'll have that for his par.
Shades of Missy Gannon a couple of years ago,
right? That's right.
Cash that in from way back.
And Ricky doing pretty well to set up the shortest par putt of the bunch coming up here. But like you said, this is a hole that you can essentially earn the birdie with a perfect tee shot.
Yeah, you'd be talking about 150 left without much in your way. One or two trees to miss.
Cole missing everything. That will be a double bogey coming up. And Chris does cross the creek, is given the lie, and he makes the putt from the creek's edge to save the par. Good scramble. And also good scramble for Isaac. A rare forehand thrown there for his second shot. Just buzzing the top of the basket with his third. That was so close. So 3 pars and a tough double bogey for Cole. That's going to drop him back to 1 under. We've known from the past that the pace for this event is somewhere around the double-digit mark. If you want to win this event, you want to be shooting somewhere in the 9 to, with Isaac's incredible display last year, 11 under.
Yeah, I think you can bank on around 30. I mean,
30 under is going to be in contention.
Hole 15, par 4, 487, up the big hill to start. That's how this 487-foot par 4 doesn't necessarily feel short, because you're going up that huge hill. You can't really drive this one to a place where the second shot is absolutely simple. You have to try to get up there into that grass. Ideally, this is pretty good.
Really good.
And then you're going to have a reasonable sort of par 3 type throw, trying to work it down to the right.
Yes, Ricky also going
this is huge.
Really big, turning the cameraman around.
Oh, man, that's the best I've seen.
Yeah, Josh Eisengruber, get your feet out of the way, buddy.
Wow, these are great. Don't move too much. I think that's going to be a little tough, but I think workable.
Yeah, with his forehand lefty, I think he can maybe shape. Yeah, I think he can shape something there. We'll see.
Oh, man.
Cole Redalen coming right at Josh Eisengruber. Once again, that's the stupidest drive ever.
Wait a second.
Oh my God.
That went to the right?
Oh my God, Cole. You just broke the hole,
Yeah,
dude.
never mind what I said about not being able to solve it with the drive. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that was insanely good.
How did that appear to go so late? Is that what I saw?
It just kind of just went straight.
Drifting?
Yeah, it just.
Oh my gosh. We're going to see that jump putt, I think.
Meanwhile, Chris hits a tree with his shot, and my brain is still melted. Ricky with a great approach.
No, not a jump putt, but it's.
I mean,
how are you all the way up here?
175 from the pin, just the softest little approach ever. Hitting the bucket, of course.
I wouldn't have thought. Yeah, that's not where I was thinking was part of the landing zone. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, if you get to the edge of the grass like Ricky did,
yeah,
like Isaac did, those are just as good as you really draw this up. To fly 100 feet past the edge of the grass, I mean, that is going so far uphill. That's what makes it so tricky. And through such a tiny gap. Gonna have 3 birdies on this one. Chris gonna have this short putt for his par. Yeah, I've covered a lot of events here in Idlewild. I've never seen anything within 70 feet of that drive.
Crazy.
And maybe Josh will learn something and stand a little bit farther back in round 2. I don't know. We'll see. It remains to be seen. Isaac with all of his strange mishaps of the double bogey on the easiest hole, missing hole 11, the 240-foot straight shot. He's still at 8 under, still putting together a great round.
Missing hole 9 as well, right?
Yeah.
Both of the little shorties.
Yeah,
but getting 10 somehow. In the middle of all that, getting 10, the super hard one.
Yep.
Hole 16, par 5, 969. Very eagleable for big distance throwers, of which we have a few on this card. Big backhand flat to stall or even pull a little turnover in there if you're getting greedy. And then you're throwing way down this hill, probably blind, trying to come up probably just short of the creek and try to make the putt if you're playing it smart. Or if you're feeling frisky, you could maybe push all the way onto that tiny green.
A little bit of right to left coming, helping drives hang out a little bit farther right. But that OB line is 5 meters off that high grass.
Yeah, really
and that's
interesting.
That's got to be OB. Yeah, Ricky's just throwing it straight into the tree. And that's going to be out of bounds so early. He's either going to be on the upslope.
I think he's lucky if he's on the upslope.
I think he's going to be at the bottom of the hill.
Yeah.
And so it's going to require a monumental effort to save the par. Meanwhile, Redalen just throwing hyzer, easily 450, if not more.
Yep, controlled 450 to 470.
And Chris, even though this is going really far to the left, there is so much space out there.
Nice shot.
Let's see where they put Rick. Yeah, just the bottom of the hill. I mean, this is just going to be a forehand, and it's going to be hard to get even to position where he'd like to be off the tee.
Yeah, he's still going to be blind from there, I would think.
Yes, yeah. There's no, I mean, unless he just decided to go crazy and throw like backhand roller, there's nothing you can really do to get much farther. Yeah.
Wow, this is a nice looking shape.
This is maybe even in danger of going OB long if it doesn't hit these trees.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
What a big turning forehand. That was pretty.
It's a simple jump putt, even a possibility to make one from deep.
All the way to the bottom of the hill. Should be jump putt range. It's nice to be in that range because the OB is also on the back side of that little green. So if you're up on the hill and you have to throw down there, a lot more to think about. This is turning pretty heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Worries.
All right.
Just stops before the
hanging
line. He'll have a great opportunity to hit an eagle putt.
Yeah, Ricky out there in Chris land, but he's not putting for an eagle. He'll be putting for his par.
Yeah, he needed to miss those trees and get a little closer to the ditch, but you never know. You can also easily trickle in there and take the penalty.
Isaac, running it for the eagle, coming up a little bit low. But that'll be a short birdie putt. Chris. Oh!
Wow.
Nate, have you ever seen the IMAX movie featuring Johnny Depp called Deep Sea?
No.
Well, this is the sequel, Deep Sea 2, and it's starring Chris Clemons.
Big career move for him. Incredible.
What a putt. What an eagle. Ricky will be taking the frowny face bogey if he taps it that putt in. And Cole will have that short putt for the birdie. As I'm looking at the players who took the eagle, I totally forgot to mention an ace that occurred back on 9. Little shout out to a player who had a couple eagles in this round, and his name is Eric Oakley.
Yeah, nice shot.
Taking the 3 here on 16 and also the 1 on hole 9.
Does great things for your scorecard. Stacking multiple eagles in one day.
Just looks so beautiful. When you're just scrolling down scores and you just see that green 1, it's always so cool.
That thing.
I don't understand. How does Ricky do that and no one else does that?
Where it stays up like that?
Stays up there just elevated on the pole like that forever.
5 players at 11, I believe. Hole 17, par 3, 287. Just so treacherous, this one. Snaking Creek all the way through. You see the basket right there. Almost impossible to go for the green and actually stick it on there. It's that artificial turf. It skips like crazy. But there are opportunities to play to the right and make the putt across. There's also a school of thought that just says kind of sling it up there. See if you can cross the green. Maybe you stop somehow.
Yeah.
If you don't, you
looks
probably
like
have a pretty easy par.
That's the Chris Clemons school of thought right there. And that worked out pretty well. He's going to be inside bullseye for the tap in 3.
Yeah, tap in 3. Looks like Isaac's also enrolled at that school.
Oh no!
But
he's playing,
does it, and that didn't need any tree help.
He did the same thing last year. Actually, just parked it on the hole. Didn't require any help from anything, not even the wall.
Wow, that was beautiful. Cole liked what he saw.
Yeah,
this could hang on.
Come on, let's go.
Oh,
no, what was
so
different about
close.
that one? Oh, that's brutal.
Oh, no. Ooh, Rick misses his gap. Stays safe, though.
Hey, that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to make a play for the green from back there or if he's going to intentionally lay up short.
Yeah, you can lay up to inside the circle short.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for the green, and he's going for the widest part, crossing over, tap and bogey coming.
Can anything stop Isaac Robinson from shooting an 11 down at Idlewild?
Hole 18 is the only thing I can think of.
I feel sorry for hole 18.
It's the hardest hole in the course, but I mean, yeah, this guy's got a double bogey on the easiest hole and he's 10 under. It's just there's horses for courses. That's right. Isn't that the expression? Horses for courses for horses. That's an expression somewhere in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Proven by Will Strustrick in the early 2010s with the USDGC. I mean, just came out there and never won an A tier and just won the first major, and then he did it 2012, 2014.
I think that was the Cole Redalen story last week.
Redalen story.
Never had an A tier, I don't believe.
And there's a few players who've actually done that. Jumped straight past A tier, straight past National Tour back in the National Tour days, straight past the Disc Golf Pro Tour.
I think it'll get more common these days because
Yep.
now that the tour is such an established thing, if you're 17 and you're getting out here, who's got time to play A tiers? Like you're out here on the big show. Look at this thing just keep...
Okay.
I don't think I'm going to see a birdie.
A window of opportunity to get at least out in the open on the next shot.
Sneaking through.
Oh, wow.
So good in the end.
Boy, I tell you, getting a drive for a lefty backhand to land somewhere in the grass is remarkable.
This starts to drift.
Oh,
what a kick.
What a kick.
Lovely.
Reiki,
Another
yes.
good kick. A lot of good fortune on those drives, I would say.
Sure, yeah.
They were good throws, too. Don't get me wrong. But certainly no bad breaks.
Yeah, this is one of those holes where you don't want to take your mother's advice. You do want to play in the road. Like, you want to just be right in the middle of the tracks. And Chris is going to have a low ceiling look from the edge of the circle for the birdie.
Great shot.
This is about the range, maybe a little bit shorter when we saw Kyle Klein get up and down when he had to force the birdie to get the playoff with Andrew Marwood 2 years ago.
What a battle that was.
That was incredible. Cole coming up a little bit short. He'll have circle's edge putt for the birdie as well. And Ricky, pretty similar, but even shorter, which makes that low ceiling even harder. Let's see if Isaac can find a way to scrap up a par save. Oh, that's going to be very tricky.
Yes, it is.
Bad roll.
From the knee. He does have that nice spinny putt, but still can't get the height.
And it'll be a bogey finishing hole for Isaac Robinson. That's the one thing keeping him from the 11.
Ricky also does not have the ceiling he needs.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see him go spin and not try to go nose up.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. That just goes all the way through.
Ugh.
Oh, the fist bump, too.
Yeah, he has no idea. And then he's like, where's my disc?
Oh, no, that's heartbreaking. Sorry to laugh. That's just heartbreaking. The unaware spit out, that's the worst kind. Oh.
Cole.
That was just way off the mark. Yeah, that was a shockingly bad miss from Cole. He had the most open look.
Yeah, for everything this hole gave them on the drive,
Yeah.
it kind of found a way to take it right
Yeah,
back.
it sure did.
Got tricky around the green for this group.
Well, it's going to be a 9-under hot round for the feature group here with Isaac Robinson, finishing the back nine with a bogey.
3 12s out there.
Boy,
Gann
oh
and
boy.
Burt, 11. Big J, 10. Respectable work. Going to be out there with Calvin, Nate Hecker, and Matt Oram on that second card.
They better watch out.
My goodness, it is a shred fest. Look at all these numbers, and you just get the feeling that 9 could very well be the worst round Isaac Robinson plays out here this week. Just because it took some weird mistakes to get him there.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a race all the way. I think a lot of birdies going to be required to get the win here at Idlewild. Come on back for round 2. Thanks so much for joining us here on JomezPro.